everyone. Welcome back to FlossTube number 3. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you all had a fantastic week. Fall's here. Fall has hit in Indiana for sure. Last week I had mentioned that we were in probably our last 80-degree day, and yeah, we definitely were. That was for sure. On Saturday, my son had his last soccer game. It was cold. It was windy. We were freezing. I mean, when you go from like almost 90, which Tuesday was almost 90 degrees, and then, just a few days later, it's like 40. Well, it felt like in the 40s, but it was like low 50s. It was cold. It was really, really cold. He did really well. He had a great season, and he's already talking about playing soccer again. So we are going to look into that for him. Last week I had my first shout out. That was actually really, really exciting. It was by Brandy from Stitchin' in Oregon. I'm going to leave her channel down below, and I'll try and remember to link it up here in the cards as well. You guys, if you haven't checked her out, you need to check her out. She does these like massive, really detailed patterns. They're amazing. They're stunning. Definitely check her out. They're these huge full coverage pieces that I can't say enough good things about them. They're really fantastic. Let's move on to comments. I had one comment last week that had made a suggestion about trying to share my fabric and floss more often, and to hold the projects a little bit closer to the camera. I will say my intent was to share what fabric and floss I was using, but I think I just keep forgetting. It's definitely not intentional. So I'm going to try and focus more on, making sure I mention that. And I am going to try and hold them a little bit closer to the camera. That also wasn't something I even thought about. I think I thought I was holding them close enough. So I really appreciated those suggestions, because that's something that I need to know. Now let's move on to whips. You may have noticed I skipped past the FFOs and I skipped past the finishes. I didn't have any new finishes this week, and I didn't have any FFOs, which I should have. I should have finished the Welcome to the North Pole Sal, but I will have that for the next FlossTube. It will be fully finished, no questions, none at all. So let's move on to whips. I had 3 whips this week, very similar to what I had last week. I'm still working on the Quilted Witch. Right here. I did not get very far in this one, and I'm going to show you why. This one right here, this purple star, I started putting part of that in, and yeah, I totally did it wrong. I had the 2 on the left closest to this big star. I had them down too far. And I didn't notice until I had already had both sides of that in. So I had to rip it all out. It was like Mistake City up in the Quilted Witch the other day, because there was something else. I can't even remember what it was at the moment. Man, I can't remember. That I was also pulling out. So I've got most of the star done. I hope you can see that better. Most of the bigger star done. I restarted this dark purple right here, and I do have this light purple. And I did that so that I could get over to that dark purple star over there. That's what I have for the Quilted Witch. Hopefully I'll have more for you next time, and I will have less mistakes. That would be fantastic. The next one I have is Autumn Love. I don't know what's been with me, because there were also mistakes in this one. And this is Autumn Love, in case you don't remember. I was able to get half of the word autumn and the heart underneath done. I'm only going to show you the bottom half, since it is so massive. But that's what I got done. I had this black star and this red one in. And I was looking at it and I was like, something looks a little funny. And I realized I had them over one too many. So I had to rip out both of that black and red star so that I could move them over. And it wasn't something that you could leave because you would notice it later. And then I also got the bottom, which you can kind of see that I'm working on. Whoops. The bottom of the very bottom one. I got all the way across as far as the green vine. And I'm now working on the little, they like butts. I don't know what they're called. I'm working on that part right now. So I got that done. I probably would have had more done if I hadn't had to rip out a whole bunch of stars, which is a bummer, but I guess that's better than having to rip out more than that, right? And then this morning, I was able to work on the I Love Fall Most of All by Primrose Cottage. That is this one right here that I kind of showed a very small start on last week. I was able to work on it more after I filmed the FlossTube, and then I worked on it again this morning. And my oldest, he actually came home from school early before I had a chance to film, so I just worked on it some more. This is where I am. This one's going really, really fast. So here's the pumpkins. I just have that one pumpkin in the middle, which is like the yellow color. And then I have the L left in fall. That's all I have left for the orange. And I'll finish that up tonight. Bonus, my older daughter has voice lessons tonight, so I will be able to sit in the car for 30 to 45 minutes, and I'm gonna bring this with me and I'm gonna stitch some more. So I'm excited about getting this one done so that I can start the other one. That is all that I have for whips, but let's move on to new starts. I have 2 new starts for you this week. The first one is Halloween Town. It's one that I had mentioned that I was going to start like in my October plans. That's this one right here. I'm actually impressed. This one's going a little bit faster than I thought it would. And pay attention to, let's show this again, the purple. I am doing the black part on this purple house. And that is right here. Now you can see that spider web, the spider webs really well on this one. So this is the 1 story, this is the 2 story, and here's where the moon is gonna be. But I have found that if I can get this house, the black part of the house on the purple house done, I can actually just do a ton of fill-in, which will probably make this go pretty easy. I'm hoping that the green and orange house go the same way. And then this one will actually end up being pretty fast. So that's kind of nice. My other new start, I had mentioned I was going to redo Home is Where the Wreath Is for my mom. She had started it and just realized, you know what? The black fabric does not work well for her. And so I started this last week, and I got done all of the outline for H. Let's put this up and then you can see it better. All of the outline, and then I started a little bit on the main wreath for Home is Where the Wreath Is, and that's just because I wanted a break from the white. What I think I'm gonna do is outline the H, the M, and the E, and then put them a little bit off to the side so that I can work with some color, because sometimes doing a lot of white, it just kind of like, I get a little bored with a lot of white. And these will be really easy to bring with me on other weeks when my daughter has voice lessons. I don't have to bring the pattern. I can just bring a bunch of white, and I can sit in the car and I can just stitch. So I think that's what I'm going to do, that, or, you know, good movie nights, things like that. So again, the H is completely outlined, and I started a little bit on the wreath. That's all I have for new starts. Let's move on to quilting and other stitching. I don't have any quilting again this week because I am still working on the nativity felt panel, which I'm getting ready to show you. However, I do think this weekend I'm going to go ahead and get the first part of the Quilted Witch cut up so that when it starts next week, I will be ready to go. For the nativity felt panel, if you follow me on Instagram, you're already going to know this. Last weekend, I tried to machine stitch these, and I realized that my sewing skills are not where they need to be right now to sew around all these tiny little curves. So instead, I am actually hand stitching around these. Here's one of them, and you're probably not going to be able to see the hand stitching that well. It's not perfect. I'm okay. Let me see if I can turn it this way. No. It's not perfect. I'm okay that it's not perfect. I mean, it's, as we've learned, it is for a toddler. And I can't decide, like, I can't remember if I mentioned I already have the whole farm panel. I might not, if I'd realized I couldn't sew around them, I might not have put the stabilizer on the back, and I might have just cut them out and left them. That being said, this is rather thin felt. So maybe it's better that I am adding the stabilizer and the extra felt layer. So like if you look, here's the felt panel, and then there's some stabilizer iron to the back, and then there's this white felt. So maybe that's going to make them a little bit sturdier. I'm not really sure. So I don't know. I haven't decided if that's what I'm going to do with the next one, and just knowing I'm going to have to go in and hand stitch it, and it'll take longer. To be honest, the hand stitching is not that bad. It's just time consuming. Here's like a sheep. A dog. Again, I'm sorry. You might, oh, that one you can kind of see the hand stitching. Not perfectly even. Totally okay with it. Doesn't bother me. I also have some bigger pieces done, which we have. We have Mary and Joseph. And you'll notice I just cut roughly around all of them. I'm going to cut the gray border off. So it's just going to be the cream. That's going to be the only one that's left, which is why I have, oh, you can kind of see it on this one, hand stitched really close to the actual image. And so that's what I have for those. There are so many pieces for this nativity felt scene that every morning I'm hand stitching one or two up before I start stitching anything else, which is going to help make it go by a lot faster for sure. That is all I have for quilting and other stitching. Let's move on to haul. For haul, I have just 3 items. All 3 of them are from clubs that I am a part of. And other than that, I didn't really buy anything else, which should be a win. Sort of a win, I guess. Win for the wallet, not a win for my crafty living heart. And the first one I have is October Stackables. Cute little scarecrow. I don't want to, if I get it too close, you won't see it all. I have them all. I started this back in January. I started the club back in January. I haven't actually stitched any of them. I'm going to. I have the board. I have everything. There's just so many fun stitchy projects to work on. The other one I have is the Chicken Club, and this is month 10, and it is Penny. Because I don't own chickens. I don't live in a neighborhood that would allow me to have chickens, but I love these. And one day in our forever home, we are hoping to have some land, and we will probably have chickens. And I think I might name all of my chickens after these, after the names on these Chicken Club. And are they all females? I think they're all females. Maybe they're not. And in any case, and then put these inside the chicken coop, which just means they will definitely have to have glass on them, because they're not, you know, it's thread and fabric. So I think this would be really fun to have somewhere near the chicken coop, however we have that set up at some point. But that's years and years and years and years away. So in the meantime, I will start this at some point. I just don't know when. And the last thing I have, I am a part of the Lori Holt Fat Quarter Club. I have been part of it, I think, since it started. It started a couple months ago. If you haven't watched one of Kimberly's most recent FlossTubes, or maybe it was the Stitchy Talk, I can't remember. She shared October, November, and December's for you. This one is October, if you haven't seen it. These are adorable, and I think some of these will go really well with a lot of the Stitching with the Housewives pieces. It will also go for some Lori Holt pieces too if you do some smalls. But these are really cute. I love these. So I'm excited about these. Haven't decided what I'm using them for yet, but I know I'm going to. That is all that I have for haul. Let's move on to giveaways. Okay, for giveaways, first we're going to share the giveaway winners. I just want to say, if you are one, you'll see your name and comment down below. Maybe I'll stick it right here, so it's not like there's empty space right here. And your name and your comment, I need you to email me at sewstitchrepeat@gmail.com. You should see that right here. You need to tell me your name, what you want, and what your YouTube name is. It's probably the same. I just need to make sure that you're the same person. And I also am going to need your address. You have 1 week from when this video publishes to claim your prize. If not, it's just forfeited. It goes back into the bucket, and I will do it in a new giveaway later. Okay, let's get started. The first one was the month-to-month November. There are 2 winners. It's this one right here by Stitching with the Housewives. There were 2 winners for this because I have 2 of them. The first winner is, I'm going to say it's Sheila Glazer. If I said that wrong, I'm so sorry. Please correct me so I can learn how to say it right. You should see your name and your comment right here. And the second winner is Penny Holdgraph. You should see your name and comment right here. The second giveaway was, it was Stitch Card Eye by Lori Holt. And that goes to Cheryl Brumbaugh. You should see your name and comment right here. And the final giveaway was Autumn Quaker by Primrose Cottage. And that winner was Tammy Callison. You should see your name and your comment right here. If you are the winner of any of these giveaways, again, email me, tell me who you are, what you won, send me your address, all that good stuff. All right. Now, let's do this week's giveaways. This week, I have 2 giveaways, and you will have an opportunity to win each one. The first one is the Sleigh Ride pattern. I think this is the one that Nicole Spohr did with Cherry Hill Stitchery. She did a whole sal. I've linked it before, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to link it again. So put in number 1 if you want the Sleigh Ride giveaway. It's also going to come with a sticky board so you can finish it as well. Put a number 1 in the comments if you want to win the Sleigh Ride giveaway. And number 2, this one is a fat quarter bundle. It is actually some previous fabric from Lila Boutique, her Country Rose line. It's not a ton. I am not creative enough to figure out what to do with these colors and how to make them work with some other ones. I thought somebody else could and might enjoy them. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 fat quarters, and they're all floral patterns in white, black. It's this like brown tan color, and 1 blue one. I'll hold them up. This is for the second giveaway. So if you are interested in these fat quarters, please put a number 2. I actually do think this one's beautiful and stunning. I'm not sure what you can make with it. A good project bag, maybe. Everybody's so much more creative. I need like a good pattern. Here's another one. I also think this one's really pretty. Here is one of the tan ones. Here's the tan in that floral again. This floral pattern I thought was really pretty. It's more like those little viney flowers. And then the final one is a blue with these little viney flowers. If you're interested in this one, please put a number 2 in the comments below. To be entered into the giveaway, you must be 18 years of age. You must be a U.S. resident. And you must comment with the correct number and answer the question, who is your favorite fabric designer? I'm definitely hoping to get in some more quilting soon. And I love hearing about new designers. And let me know who your favorite fabric designer is. That's a mouthful when you try and say fabric and favorite together. Just let me know. That is all that I have for today. I will see you, okay, maybe not next week. Next week, my kids are on fall break, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get a FlossTube filmed. My house is usually utter chaos when my kids are home. I'd like to say that my kids are chill and calm, but they're not. I have my, no. It's a loud group I have. Love them, but they're loud. So I may not get a FlossTube in filmed next week. I am going to try, before the head on fall break, to do a finish parade of all the finishes that I have from the last year when I started picking up FlossTube. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get that in, but if I do, I'm going to try and have that up next week instead of a FlossTube. If I don't get it in, I will see you in 2 weeks. Talk to you soon. Bye.